Hey people, how are you? This is Mr. Highway here. Today we're going to look at completing the square. Right, this is not a very difficult topic, but it's something that many students struggle with, and today we're going to sort this out once and for all. Let's look at this question here. Express x squared minus 2x minus 5 in the form x minus h bracket square plus k. This is x minus h bracket square plus k. Nowhere in this question says completing the square, but it is understood when you say this x minus h bracket square plus k. This implies completing the square. To start off, we know that every quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. That's the general form. And so we can identify from this equation what's the a, the b, and the c. If we have x squared minus 2x minus 5, then a is equals to 1. B is equals to negative 2 because negative 2 is the coefficient of x, 1 is the coefficient of x squared, and then your c is equals to negative 5. The next thing we do is to write out the equation. We have x squared here minus 2x. This is what I want you to do. Leave a blank space between the x squared term, x term, and the constant term. So I'm going to write the negative 5 here. The reason is because this x squared term and the x term plus another constant term is going to form the perfect square. We're going to add a term here and then we're going to subtract a term here. This constant term that is added with this x squared minus 2x is going to form the perfect square. Alright, so what is it that we're going to add? The term that we're going to add is what we call the b over 2 bracket square. Now let's look at this. The b is negative 2. We're going to divide it by 2 and then we're going to bracket square it. Okay, so this here is b over 2 bracket square. And this is added to the expression here. Now we cannot make this just appear out of nowhere. If we add here, we have to subtract here. Then the entire expression, nothing is changed. You can see that there's a b over 2 bracket square here, plus, and then there's a b over 2 bracket square minus. So we have minus 2 over 2 bracket square, minus. Now, this is going to become our perfect square, the ax squared plus bx plus c, right? So now if we just focus on this, you can see that this is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. The b is actually 1, because negative 2 over 2 is negative 1, negative 1 squared is 1. So this would be x squared minus 2 times 1 times x. Okay, because negative 2x is negative 2 times 1 times x, plus this is, as I said, is 1 squared. So you can see this is in fact the same as a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Then this one, you just press calculator for it and you can see that this is negative 5 minus 1. Take note that this negative squared is positive, so you have minus 6 here. This is going to become our perfect square, so this is the same as x minus 1 bracket squared minus 6. Right. So that's it. This is completing the square done. So you can see that the h here, x minus h, is x minus 1. So that means h is 1. K here is negative 6. Simple. We're going to go to part B now. We're going to solve the equation x squared is equals to 2x plus 5. We have this equation, x squared is equals to 2x plus 5. Note that this is a hence question. That means we have to use the part 1 result to solve it. Okay, if you see the word hence, you have to use the part 1 result to solve it. Now, if you have a good look at it, you know that this and this are pretty much the same, except that this has got an equal sign, and these negatives are now positives. If you just bring this two term over to the left hand side, then you know that x squared minus 2x minus 5 is equals to 0. Then what we have here is going to be exactly what we have here. And the completing the square is done already, so we can jump straight from here to here. And we can say that now this becomes x minus 1 bracket squared minus 6 is equals to 0. Then it's going to be easy. We're going to bring the 6 over, square becomes square root across, and then minus 1 bring over becomes a plus 1. Okay, so x minus 1 bracket squared is equals to 6. Square you bring across, plus minus square root of 6. What we do is actually to square root both sides. Then finally move over to 1, x is equals to 1 plus minus square root of 6. So from here, we just press the calculator, we get the results, and that's it, the question is solved. Alright, let's get a calculator. Okay, so we have 1 plus square root 6. That is 3.45. Correct the three significant figures. Or negative 1.45. These are rounded off answers, so I write here 3 significant figures. And that's it. Note that this method is used only when a is equals to 1. When a is not equals to 1, that means the coefficient of x squared is not equals to 1. You have 2x squared, 3x squared, or whatever it is. Then you have to use a different method to do it, which we're going to discuss next. Alright, so let's come to the second question with a slight twist. Here it says express negative 2x squared plus 5x plus 3 in the form x minus h bracket squared plus k. It's the same thing as what we had earlier on, it's just that the ABC is different. So let's look at what the ABC is. Now let's look here, the coefficient of x squared is negative 2, so a is equals to negative 2. The coefficient of x is 5, so we say that b is equals to 5. The constant term is 3, so we say that c is equals to 3. Now earlier on, we just have to add and subtract a b over 2 bracket square, but that is only when a is equals to 1. Now a is not equals to 1, we have to do something different. But the general idea here is the same. We're going to have these first two terms together, and the third term, the constant term, is going to be separated. So what we have is negative 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. Okay, you see, I separate this out. I'm not going to add yet. I'm going to do a factorization of the first two terms. I'm going to factor out the negative 2 from the x squared. So I have negative 2 times x squared. Now, negative is factored out, so this plus 5x becomes negative. And then you have 5 over 2x. And then close the bracket plus 3. So now I have a blank here, I have a blank here. This is the time that we can add and subtract the b over 2 bracket square, okay? Now, for the b over 2 bracket square, take note that we are not going to use this b already, we're going to use this one, okay? So the b here is negative 5 over 2. So we say that b over 2 bracket square would be equals to 5 over 2 over 2 bracket square. Okay, so we can say that this is 5 over 4 bracket square. So if we add the term here, we're going to plus negative 5 over 4, which is what this is. 5 over 2 over 2 is 5 over 4, bracket square. We're going to add it here. Then we're going to subtract here as well, okay, to balance it out, like what we did earlier on. And we have minus 5 over 4 bracket squared. But that's not it, because when we add this thing here, it's inside this bracket. And whatever is in this type of brackets is multiplied by negative 2. And so here, we have to multiply by negative 2 as well. And that's it, okay, one more time. This is the b now. B over 2 bracket square is 5 over 2 over 2 bracket square, which is this one. We add it inside the bracket. And when we subtract it outside the bracket, we remember to multiply by negative 2 because this actually takes a negative 2 multiplication. Alright, so now we just press calculator for this result here. And we have 3 plus 2 times 5 over 4 squared. And this is equals to 49 over 8. And this becomes our perfect square, this one. So we have minus 2 bracket x minus follows the sign here, 5 over 4, follow this, bracket square, plus 49 over 8. Alright, so this is the completing the square is done. We have the expression in the form x minus h bracket square plus k. And so this is part A. Let's do part B now. Part B says hence solve this equation. We start off with what's given, 2x squared minus 5x is equals to 3. Now by now you know that this is actually connected to this. So we're just going to move everything to one side. And we are going to say that this is equals to negative 2x squared. Okay, 2x squared move over, becomes negative. Negative 5x bring over is positive now. Plus 3 is equals to 0. Okay, great. It looks exactly like this. And so, since this is this. So this is the same thing here. And we have negative 2 times x minus 5 over 4 bracket square plus 49 over 8 is equals to 0. And we're going to bring over this negative to the other side, it becomes positive. So this is going to be this 49 over 8 is equals to this whole chunk brought over, you have a positive 2 here, times x minus 5 over 4 bracket square. Now we divide by 2, so the 2 goes over, 49 over 8 times 2. So it's just 49 over 16, right? So we have 49 over 16 is equals to x minus 5 over 4 bracket square. Bring the square over, you have plus, minus and square root of 49 over 16 is equals to x minus 5 over 4. Finally, let's bring over the 5 over 4. You have 5 over 4 plus minus square root of 49 is 7, square root of 16 is 4. That's equals to x. So x is equals to 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 over 4 is 3. So x is equals to 3, or 5 minus 7 is negative 2. Negative 2 over 4 is negative half. And that's our answer, 3 or negative half. Okay, so quick summary. This is in fact very easy. It's because the steps are always the same. You just have to remember them. And first thing is that we split up the x squared term, x term as always. We know that these two terms plus another new constant term is going to become the perfect square. But whatever we add here, we also have to subtract here. Okay, that's the same as what we did earlier on with the easier example when a is equals to 1. But now, because a is not equals to 1, we have to factorize out the 2. But now, because the a is not equals to 1, we have to factor out the negative 2. And so with the negative 2 there, when you add this term in here, you are actually adding a number multiplied by negative 2. So when we subtract this term here outside here, we have to multiply it also by negative 2. Then it all balances out. Okay, so from here, this part here, we just press calculate, get this. And this becomes the perfect square. And then as for solving equation, that's pretty standard. Alright, that's it for completing a square. If you have further questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer them. And please share with me also if you have any other videos that you'd like me to produce. And if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll be happy to share with you more videos. See you next time!